Welcome back to part 2 of my video tutorial. Today I'm looking at Microsoft Word 2016 and I'm looking at the Insert tab. I'm just going to show you the basics and go over it quickly so you can get up and running. There's a real lot of options, so I'm not going to spend hours on the ribbon. Just the basic options so you understand what each one does. I'm going to start from left to right, so I'm going to start with cover page. Now you might want a cover page for an essay or a document just to introduce it. So if I click cover page here, and underneath you've got a little drop down arrow, we have a number of templates. Scroll down and select a template. In this case I'm going to select View Master and it brings up the template here. I'm just going to change the zoom options at the bottom here, and I'm going to come into, I'm going to zoom up to 100% so we can just see the one document. Scroll back down, so I'm going to give it a title. So I'm just going to call this Essay Plan. I can give it a subtitle, names there, and then you can add a company name if you want, or an address name. Also hold the left button and you can drag that up where you want that as well, so you can move them around or delete them if you don't want them. And there's your cover page done. Now in that cover page you might want to edit it. So if I click into it, come up to the top, you can see a drawing tools format option has popped up because I've got the cover note open. See, with Word, whatever you click on will give you options at the top, so have a little look. So I'm going to click format, and now I can change the formatting options. So I might actually say like Essay Plan. Click into Essay Plan. I might want that as a blue or a different colour, for example. That looks a bit better. I can have text effects if I want, so I could have a glowing option there, and so on. So you can change your cover page template on how it looks. Once I've changed everything, now if I go back to Insert and go back to cover page, it now gives me an option underneath that wasn't highlighted before, calling Save Selection to Cover Page Gallery. So I could save this new template to what I want and give it a name, gallery I want it in, also category. You can create your own categories you want to put it in and give it a description there. So I just put my template and click OK. So if I go to my cover page option, I should have that template sitting there. Also in the cover page option you've got more cover pages from office.com, so have a look at them as well. If you don't want your cover page, just select remove cover page or click backspace will get rid of it for you as well. Let's now go to the next option, which is blank page and page breaks, which are totally different. Just going to pop some text in there. Now first option is blank page. It does what it says on the book. Click on it, or the ribbon in this case, it creates a blank page for you. Now to get rid of that blank page, click backspace twice and it gets rid of that blank page for you, so it goes back up to the first page. Bottom left hand corner, see I've just got one page of one. Now a page break, you click the cursor, you might want to split some text or information. It's not going to be clicking blank page because it will just create a blank page. So I use page break, and I can use the shortcut key Control plus Enter or click the page break option. Then it splits that text where I put the cursor, hence page break, and now I've got two pages with the text in it. So remember the shortcut key Control plus Enter for page breaks. And again, if you don't want that text, you could highlight it and use the backspace button. Click it twice, backspace, and it takes you back up. Or there is another way that you can actually delete. Let me show you. So what I'm going to do is create another page break, which is Control plus Enter. Come down to here, click the cursor. Now go up to the Home tab and scroll along all the way to the right till you find the Find option and select Go To. In here I want you to put in backspace type page and click Go To, and we'll close that window. See, it's highlighted that where I had the cursor in. Now if I click backspace, it gets rid of it individually as well for you. There's a couple ways to delete within Word. Let me go back to Insert. So that's your Pages option. Next is Tables. Now to create a table, let's go down a little bit. Click on the little arrow underneath and you can select Insert Table, or hover over, don't press it, and create a table that way. So I'm going to create a table. Once you create a table, it brings up a new ribbon at the top. You see what it says here? Table Tools, Design and Layout. It automatically opens up. You can still go back to Insert, but this will stay there as long as you've got a table clicked in there. So if I click out of there, it disappears at the top. Click back in, you can then access the options for it. So go to Layout and then you can change various options. I won't go through them all today, there's quite a lot there, but I'll show you a few. Let's first go to select. You might want to select individual cells, select column, select row, or select table. As you can see, it selects all. Tap off that. Also in select, you might just want to select a cell. Hence you can select individual cells. So that's your select button. Draw a table, which I showed you in the insert option. Erase. Click on erase, and if you hover over and let go, you can erase cells you don't want, as so. Let's actually erase all those cells and they're gone. Click back off it and it gets rid of it. Or use the delete button to individually delete cells if you want, as I've done there. Also you can insert if you want, so you can insert below, insert right, or insert a cell to the right, and insert left, and insert above. So you can create cells using that option as well. Also you can split cells, so if I click in a cell here and select split, it's asked me how many columns and rows I want to split it. I want to do 2, and you can see I've now got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, because I chose 4. So you can split cells that way as well as click merge, and then you can merge them back again if you want. Have a little play with the tables option as well, and it's integrated with Excel as well, so it's really handy. Quick option here, you can change the size of your cells with width here and height, and you can make them smaller if you require, or smaller and larger. And again, if you're familiar with Excel, then you'll understand the formula options they've got there for you as well. Quick look at design as well. In design you can change how you want your table to look, so if I click into here you can see it changing to table styles. Click the drop down menu and we've got loads there you can use to set up quickly, depending obviously on what you're doing. You've even got shading options here, so you can shade individual cells. Make that blue, click into that cell, and I'm going to make that white. Also, good option here is your border styles. Click on that. You might want to choose a border style, so I'm going to click on green. See that little paintbrush come up, so I hold the left button and drag, I can add border colours to it. If I come down, hold the left button and drag, border colours. If it's not thick enough, well, let's make it 3 points, see if that's better. Hold the left button and drag, and there you go. So there's your option for editing your cells and that. What we're going to do is go back to insert. So there's your table option. Just remember though, there's a few ways that you can create tables, including quick tables. So if you want calendars there, it's really useful, and even a matrix. Excel spreadsheets, so if you open that up, then that will integrate with Excel for you as well for spreadsheets. So that's your table option. Now we come to picture. So what I'm going to do is click Control N, do a new document, and we'll select picture. So let's add a picture. What shall I add? How about Red Bull? Gives you wings. When I hold the left button, you can drag that down to make that smaller if you wish. First thing you do when you actually add a picture, automatically it brings up the picture tool option format again. Remember, whatever you input or add, it'll give you the option at the top if there is one. So now I can do the formatting options for that image. I could add a frame to it quickly if I wanted to. If I click the drop down option here, you've got various frames that you can add to it. But I want to start from left to right, so remove background. That will automatically remove unwanted portions of the picture, but be careful with that because it can distort it. So if I click on it, as you can see there, so if I click back off it, it's removed everything except the balls, which is what I really don't want. So if I click back on that, so be careful with that, but it's handy if you just want the logo, for example. So I'm going to click undo on that. Correction, so we can change how you want that to look. So what should we have? A bit of contrast, brightness. Actually I want that a little bit darker, actually that looks better. So I've added a lot of contrast there. Also colour, you can change the colour you want. As you see, as I hover over, you see it changing colour. Don't click on it, just hover over so you can see it changing in real time. So I'm going to click on that option there. Maybe a bit artistical person. Let's try a bit of artistic effects. What should we try? Bit of blur there, not really. I might try pixelated. Again, you can change picture if you don't want that picture, or click reset to reset it back to its original format. These are your frames. You might want a picture border. So add yellow. There you can see a slight yellow on that option, but also in format. if you actually add a frame and then change the colour, then the whole frame changes the colour as well to give you that red effect if you want that. You might want some picture effects, you might want a shadow. Scroll down and you might want a shadow just coming out to the left there. Really good option, but I'm going to go back to reset picture to how it originally was. Now let's have a look at that document. Now where do I put my text? So I'm going to type here. I don't want my text there. You need to put your text in a specific place. So click on the image, go to format. See on the right you've got a little option here called layout options. So this is how you choose how your picture or your image to lay out with the text. So I'm going to have a little look here. I could do square, tight. Let me try square. Now it's come up to the right, and that's where I wanted it. So use that option when you click on the actual image here to choose where you want to put your text and how it interacts with it. Also, if you want, you can send forward images and send backward images. You might want text in the back or so forth. Also rotate the image if you want there. Just hover over it, remember you don't have to click on it, and you can rotate that. And even if you click crop, and you might want to crop that, so let's see if we can drag that down to there, and that should click the enter key and you've cropped it to what you want. Nice and easy to do as well. Change the height of that if you want as well, so you've got total control over the image. In the old days you could just import the image and that was about it, but not now. You can play with JPEGs, PNGs, anything, and edit them. So I'm come back out of there, go back to insert, so that's your picture option. So I'm going to click Control A, backspace, and get rid of all that, so we've just got the one document again, blank document. Online pictures, click on online pictures, it'll go online. Let's type in a picture. Well, I'll stick with Red Bull. Have a little scroll down, that will do fine. Click on it and click insert into your document, and it's done. And again you go through the same process where you format that image, be it from the internet or pictures that you've imported into, as so. So it's that easy to import the pictures, and don't forget to use that option so it interacts with the text that you want. So there's your online pictures, which takes us up to shapes. There's various shapes here, they've got quite a selection actually. So let's go for, how about smiley face? Hold the left button and you can create a smiley face. And as I keep going on about, remember whatever you create, go to the top. I've now got the formatting options. So it's not as if you have to look for them in a ribbon, they come up automatically, so it keeps your workflow going nicely. So we want, what colour should we go for? I'll click the drop down menu and let's go for a blue colour, as so. Got shape fill, you can choose an individual colour here if you want, make that yellow. Shape effects, you can have a glow if you want. Come down, let's have a yellow glow there, like the sunshine. And there you go. Again, you can change all your options for that shape with the ribbon. A bit like I showed you with pictures. You've got text effects, you're actually adding text to it. So let me show you. So click on the button here. So where do I want my text? In front of text, square, type. I'm going to do square. Click into it. I'm going to type sunshine. Now, also position, which we choose by clicking to the right. So we put the text where we want the image close to it, so we can position the text within the image. Same options as picture, and rotate as well if you need to rotate that image. And again, you can change the size of it by using that option there. So go back to insert, and again I'm going to get rid of all that and then move on to the next option, which is SmartArt. So click on SmartArt and you can see as I list down, you've got various SmartArts we could use that will enable you to organise your information. So let's try hierarchy. So click on an option, you see on the right it comes up, organisational chart. Really useful for organising things. You might even want to use an architectural layout. Or if we come up to pyramid, you might want a pyramid option. So if I click on pyramid and click OK, creates the pyramid. Then you can add your text here on the left and go down, and there you go, perfect hierarchy. And remember, when you actually add that, you see at the top again we come to SmartArt tools, and then we can change all the options for that, including the text, and all your options the same as before. If you go to design, Again, you can change the individual pyramid how you want it. You might want it at an angle that looks quite good as well, and then play about with that to get that exactly right. Presentation is so important. I know that's a bit of a mess, and you can always select reset graphic to go back. Okay, I'm going to go back to insert, and again I'm going to delete all that and move on quickly. Next option is chart. Now this will integrate with Excel, so click on chart and then choose which kind of chart you'd like. I should just go for area chart, then choose your option at the top, which kind of chart you want. Let's do 3D area. Click OK and wait it, and there it pops up, and it also brings up the option chart in Microsoft Word, so you can then change the options here for what you want in your actual chart. So let's change that to 65 and click enter, and you can see how it's changed in the chart. So definitely worth a little look at that if you're doing Excel spreadsheets or charts, and you can click and change how that image looks as well, and you can even add chart element here by data labels and data tables if need be. So I'm going to close that and go back to insert, and again I'm going to get rid of all that. Next is screenshot. So let's open up the web, because you might want to do a screenshot. So should we go have a quick look, go to my website, click on it, and then you want to take a screenshot of that. So I'm going to open up Word and use the screenshot option, and you can see it comes up available windows that I can see, and it's asking me, do I want to screenshot that? I'll click screenshot web page, and there it is, screenshot straight into my Word document. And then remember the option again, because the pictures come in, I can use the formatting options to change that quickly. Go back to insert, Control A and delete that. So that's your screenshot option. If you click underneath it and click what you exactly want in that document, so when you click it, it pops up. So I might just go, actually I just want that image there, create a rectangle around it and screenshot just that image in there for you. And again you've got your formatting options. So there's pages, tables and illustrations. The next options we're looking at is the add-ins option. Now first option I'd choose is store, and this is store when you can add add-ins to your Word. Some are free, some are not, so have a little look through. We've already got Wikipedia there, as you can see in your ribbon there, but have a little look, and if anything now you find useful, then select it. So I'm going to have a look at abbreviation list, click on that, and then I can choose whether or not to trust it. I'm going to select trust it, and then you can see it opens up here on the right. So I've got some, so let's add some text in there, and let's click scan, and there you go, there's no abbreviations within that document. So a quick test then, and so it does a quick test for you. Now that was a free add-in, so if you go up to store, have a look through there and see if you can find anything that's useful. You've got subcategories here as well, for example reference, and you've got your main store option there. There's your add-ins you've already got, so if I click the little arrow just to the right drop down menu, you can see I've just downloaded that and added that. If I right click it, I can select remove from list, and it's gone. Click back on it. We have English dictionary and we have Wikipedia as well, and you can see when I click on it, it brings it on the right here. Then you can add information in there. It'll go online and they give you information that you're looking for. Really useful. Choose your add-ins at the top there. Next is online video. So let's get rid of that text, and I'm going to select online video. You might want to add a video to a project. This will go online, and choose where you want the video from. So let's go from YouTube, and I'll just choose one of mine, so no copyright infringements then, and then select any video I want and click insert, and then it insert into your Word document. Hold the left button to drag it bigger or smaller, and remember when I showed you an item, be it a picture or even a video, then you can change the options at the top with picture tools. So I could add a frame to that if I want, or a silver frame, and again you can change all your options here to how you want that to look. Also if I click play, it will then play back, so you can have a look at it and check it, and there you go. Click the little arrow top right hand corner and then select close to close it. Just going to go back to insert and go back to online videos again. Again you've got other options here where you can embed code from a site. You can get those codes from YouTube as well, or type in here. I'll just type doc, see if we get anything up. And there we go. Click on what you want. How about that boxer, and click insert. So it's just a quick way that you can organise projects and that by inserting videos as well as pictures. Click backspace to get rid of it. That's your online video. Now we're going to look at the next option, which is your links, hyperlinks, bookmarks, the bookmark information within a document, and cross-reference, so you can jump to information within a document. So let's create some text again. Control A and Control V. Control A and Control V. There we go, just create a few pages there so we can work off that. So we've now got 2 pages. So first thing I'm going to choose is the hyperlink option. Now you might want to hyperlink a specific word, be to a video or a file. So let me highlight powerful and then come up to the top and select hyperlink. This window pops up. Now you can choose what you actually want to hyperlink. So first thing I'm going to hyperlink it to is a website address. So if I open up the internet, YouTube, I might want to SmartArt Mac and hyperlink it to that website. So if I click on SmartArt Mac, click pause, and I'm going to left click and copy that hyperlink. I'm now going to open up Word, and now I'm going to paste it into the address. So text display is powerful, that should turn blue, it turns into a hyperlink, so when I click on the word powerful, it should go straight to this website. So if I click OK, hover over it, you can see it's got control plus click. So if I hold the control button down bottom left hand corner, click on it, should bring up that website for you straight away. So I can use that for not just for a website. Let me show you. So let's click on point, and I'm going to use hyperlink again, but this time I'm not going to hyperlink it to a website. Now I can click browse pages. These are the websites I've looked at in various options, or recent files that I've been using. But I'm going to go back to current folder in my documents and scroll down and see if there's something I can link to. So I'm going to link to a tester file there. So if I click tester, again hover over it, click control and left click, and it'll bring up that file. Give you a little warning first, but just click yes, it's safe, because you know it's safe because you've just added it, and it brings up that document. So you can hyperlink not just websites, you can hyperlink absolutely anything with the hyperlink button. Next is bookmarking. Now if you're doing some work, an essay, or you're doing a story, or you're doing a synopsis, what you could do here is add bookmarks. So let's go down, you might look at that and go, actually I need a bookmark. So I'm going to click the cursor at the beginning, and I'm going to add a bookmark there by selecting bookmark. And I can add a bookmark there, location or name. I'm going to do name, so I'm going to bookmark by the name, click add. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to add a bookmark there again, select bookmark, and again we can give that a name. So I'm going to call this reading and click add. And have a look down there now, you can see my bookmarks. Now you've got the marks to the bookmarks as well showing you. If you don't want them, you want them to be invisible, go to top left hand corner file, select options, and then once you go to advanced tab and then scroll near the bottom, and there you go, show document contents. So untick show bookmarks, and then they disappear within the document. Makes it a little bit more tidy. So there you go, I've added 2 bookmarks. So now if I go to a bookmark option, I can then jump to those bookmarks. So I might want to jump to reading, click go to, and it jumps to reading. I might want to go to themes, click go to, and it jumps to themes. Just a quick way to start bookmarking your work there. That brings us to cross-reference. Now you might want to cross-reference information within a document. So if someone's reading something, you might want them to go to another part of that document that might be relevant to that part. So what we're going to do here is go down to this document, and what we'll do is create a few headers. So I'm going to click enter there. So a few titles, and click enter there. And let's just imagine these are the headers for different paragraphs. Now if I go back to home, I can highlight reading, and then I can make that header, and I might that header as well, and themes. So I've created headers now for those 3 paragraphs. So go back to insert. So now I've got headers in there, and you know I've got bookmarks because I've added them as well. So if I go to the cross-reference option, so I need to choose where I want to cross-reference something. So what I want to do is click cross-reference. Now where do I want to cross-reference? I've got various headings. So I want to go to video heading. That's the reference type. Page number or heading number, or heading number with no context. So I'm going to do page number and click insert. Now wherever you put the cursor, look, it puts it there for you. So if I delete that and I come down to page 2, cross-reference again. So I'm doing for my reading header. Let's go to my video heading that's further up. The reference type is a heading. Remember, I could choose bookmarks because I did bookmarks, remember? But I want to choose heading, and then I'm choosing page number, what page in the document I want to jump to. So I want to jump at the end of this paragraph, insert. Click close. So when people come down and read it and they need to jump back up, they just hover over, hold the left control button down, click, and it will take them up to that point. So you can use that all over your document, not just for numbers, you can use it for bookmarks and text. So here's your cross-reference option as well. Now comments. You can add comments to parts of your document. Sometimes people leave information when you're giving in your work or whatever on comments and parts of your work. It could be your referencing, it could be your structure. And I normally add this option here. So if I click end of second paragraph and select comment, it comes up on the right here, and then you can type in a comment. So I just put in this is not bad, and there's my comment. I can click the little arrow there. I can choose to move it. I'll click and move so I can position where it comes up. Left click to set it back in. Click the drop down arrow, you can change the size if you want, as so. Left click to stop it, and also on the drop down you can just close that. So let's close that, and then we have a comment there, and it shows it with a little symbol here. So when you click on it, it then pops up and give you a comment. It could be useful when you're doing your own work, just to help you remember something. You might actually put I need to reference there, or you've missed something. So another really good option. So there's your comment option. Next is headers and footers. So let's click on it beginning, and let's head a header at the top. Now it gives you templates. Let's have a little look down there what we've got. Scroll down, what shall I use? Let's use, that will do, banded. And then it gives you a header straight at the top, and then give a title. Just video there. Now when you click on the header, if you notice at the top, it brings up a new window again. Brings up a new tab, design, because that's what I've created. So then I can go through and change the design if I want. So if I go to format, I can then change the colours. I might decide actually I want more of an orange background, and again if you hover over, then you can change your text and text fields. So change all your settings there. Click off that, left click back off it, and there's my header. Go back to insert. You also might decide you want a footer at the bottom of the document, so click on footer, and let's do a banded one again at the bottom, and there you go, there's my footer with the page number that will be in the middle. So now I've got a nice header and a nice footer at the bottom of my documents. If you want to close the header and footer, just click close, and then it closes the headers and footers bars, but then you've still got your information inserted. Go to insert. So there's your headers and footers there. If you don't want a header and footer, I'm going to click on the footer here. So I'm going to come back down here, click back on footer, and click remove footer, and you see it's disappeared. No more footers. So just click back on it, drop down menu, and you can select that. Page numbers. Now you might want a specific page number. I'm going to have it on top of page, so where do I want it? On the left, middle, I'll have it top left, and there's my page numbers there. So if I click close, headers and footers, you see each one is now has a page number. Normally you have them at the bottom, but you can choose where you want your page numbers there. That's in insert, and select page numbers there, and choose which one you want. Be it bottom, page margins. Have a look through there. There's quite a few that you can choose there as well, and you can always remove page numbers if you don't want them. And when you click on one, it removes them all, as so. So there's your headers and footers. Text box. So let's scroll down and add a little text box. So if you're doing a document and you want text in a specific point, click on text box. I'm going to use simple text box there. Hold the left button and then drag that where you want that, so you can put that specifically where you want it. And look, once you click, if I actually pull that down a little bit, look a bit more tidier as it splits the text. Come up the top, we've got the formatting options now, and then we can change how that looks. So you might want to add an outline to it. You might want a different shape effect here, and there you go, put a shadow in there. Change how you want the text, you want it to stand out a bit, as so. Just nice little touches that really improves your document layouts. And there's your text boxes there. If you want more text boxes, click more from office.com and you see here it'll give you some more. Or you can draw your own text box by clicking draw text box, hold the left button and then draw the shape you want, as so. Still move it about where you want. Here's the information you can add to your text boxes if you want. For example, you can have keywords, manager, publish date comes up here. Click the drop down menu, you can add a date in there as well if you want in your text boxes. Tap off it. Word art, again you can add word art by clicking on it and then hold the left button, drag that where you want that, so I'm going to just drag that to the top and pop it right there. Then you can change how that looks with all your text effects there, including beveled, and go back to insert. If you want to make your documents a bit more snazzy, you can drop the letter, capital letters for example. We've got video, we can drop that V. So if I come to drop cap and I click dropped, you can see the V's dropped and that gives it that nice little touch. As so then you can drop it to give it the effect. Or you might even want it in the margin or none. Or you can change your drop capital options here to exactly how you want. There's add-ins, media, links, comments, head and footers and text options. Just a quick option here if you want to use this. You can add a signature service by clicking Microsoft Office signature line, fill in a name there, so let's put one in. Let's pop John Smith in. Suggested signature title, suggested email, I'll make anything up. And then you can use the option to sign. Then click OK. And then it gives you the automatic signature there. But there's loads of options online where you can get the signature down anyway and then put that in there so you can have the signature and the information underneath so you can have all your work signed if need be. Also, object, click back into the document so you can add a date and time format, Thursday 24th of March, and then you can add that in if required, and object. You can insert embedded objects, for example, click object, choose an object, mathematic equation object in your document, and then you can add that and display it as an icon if you want there, and you can add that into your document. Which leaves us with equations. You have a few equations there. If you go to maths you probably know what they mean. I have absolutely no idea if I scroll down. Quadratic formula a little bit but nothing else. Again you've got more equations online from office.com here if you're looking for specific ones, and there's quite a few in there. And you can insert a new equation, your own equation if you want as well. Click change display and then you can type in your own equation in there if required. Now when you click on the equation option, look at the top, again it gives you equation tools. So then you can start working an equation like ink equation there. Probably do your signature with that, which is quite handy. Also various symbols, click the drop down menu here and you've got even more symbols that you can add. Fraction, script, matrix and so on. Go back to insert, so that's your equation option, it's kind of hidden away there on the right as well. Last but not least, symbols. Click on symbols, you have a few symbols if you can't find them here. I think this is quite useful for doing French when you're using French symbols as well. Click more symbols, then scroll through there and you should find loads of different symbols that you might be looking for. Then click on the one you want and click insert into your documents, and then it will insert into your document as so. So there's a quick fast review of the options and insert. Obviously there's a lot more to them than that, but you've got a rough idea just to get you up and running on it.